Okay, this is week 7 stock evaluation additional clarification file. We talked about constant growth model. So from year 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, it's growing G% from one period to next, on and on. So what this means, D1, that's year 1 dividends. That's from D0, the current dividend, add G% more. So one example, if current dividend or today dividend is $10, and then the growth rate yield is 10%, then next dividend or D1 will be $10 multiply 1 plus G, 10%, that's $11. And then D2, that's from D1, we add G% more. So $11, this is D1, and 1 plus G, or 10%. Then we'll have $12.10. Or the same answer we can get from D0. D0 and 1 plus G power to 2. So from $10 current dividend, we add G% yearly for 2 years. It's a compounding. So look at here, D2. That's from D0. 1 year and 2 year. 2 year growing G%. So D0 times 1 plus G power to 2. And then D3, that's the same as D3, year 3 dividends. That's from D2 at G%. So D3, that's D2, $12.10, and add G% or 10% more. That answer is $13.31. Or from D0, starting from here, D3 means over 3 year G% growth compounded. So $10, 1 plus G, or 0.1, 10%, power to 3. That we get the same answer. So if you look at this, if we assume year by year, the dividend is growing certain percent. It can be 5%, 4%, 10%, whatever. But certain number, fixed number, yearly G% growth, then using current dividend and G%, we can calculate any future dividends. So we can generalize DT, whatever the T, okay? We did here D3, that's D2, means T minus 1. D3, that's 3 minus 1, that's D2. So any future dividend, that's previous year dividends, and we multiply 1 plus G. Or from the current dividend, we do 1 plus G power to T. So any dividend year T, then from D0, we add 1 plus G over T years, power to T. So any dividend you can get using this constant growth model. Then the stock price, okay, that's whatever future cash inflow, if you buy today, then in a year, actually you'll get quarterly. But this one, yearly dividends, okay? In a year, you'll get first income. In 2 years, second income, on and on. You will get D1, D2, on and on. These are future money if you invest in this one stock. So the current stock price, that's future money, D1, D2, on and on value today. PV of future cash inflows. That means D1 value today here, formula. D2 value today, that's D2 over 1 plus R power to 2. D3 value, year 3, you will get certain dividend, but today value is using PV formula, present value formula, future money over 1 plus R power to T. So year 3 means 3. So on and on we can do, but it goes forever. That means you have to do until when? Forever. Another way, that's not possible. So what we can do, that we do two-step approaches here. First, we calculate up to year T, okay? We want to simplify D1 value today, D2 value today, D3 value today, on and on, up to DT value today. Up to here, we calculate and make one formula. After we have the formula, and then second step, we're going to increase the t to forever. That's the approach we will do here. So we need a P0, okay? And we can't do at one time, so we do two steps. First, find the value up to t years, okay, up to t year. Year 1, year 2, and up to t years. All those future money value today, that's what we will do. So P0 up to year t. Then using dt equals d0 times 1 plus g power to t. That's the one we saw in here, right? dt, d3 is d0, 1 plus g power to 3. d2, that's d0, 1 plus g power to 2. So look at here, d1. d1 here, that's d0, 1 plus g power to 1. So this one, d1 will replace d0, 1 plus g power to 1. d2, the d2 is d0, 1 plus g power to 2 up here. So we use this one instead of d2. d2 is the same as from d0, 1 plus g power to 2. t3, same. From the current dividend, 1 plus g power to 3, you multiply on and on. Then dt, that's d0, 1 plus g power to t. So this stock price value, d1 up to dt, we change it to d0, 1 plus g on and on. So if you take a look at them, we have very similar ones here, right? Everything has d0. Everything has 1 plus g, 1 plus r. But the difference is power. Power to 1, 2, on and on. So now we multiply both sides by inverse 1. Nominator, denominator, everyone has 1 plus g, nominator, and denominator 1 plus r. So we multiply the inverse 1. So we multiply 1 plus r over 1 plus g. Then what happens in here? The first term, or left side, P0, we multiply 1 plus r over 1 plus g. Then times P0. If you multiply left side this one, that means the right side, every term, okay, you have to multiply the same 1 plus r over 1 plus g. So look at here, the first term, d0, 1 plus g over 1 plus r. To here, if we multiply 1 plus r over 1 plus g, okay, then here we have denominator 1 plus r. Then we're going to multiply 1 plus r over 1 plus g. Nominator, we have 1 plus r. Those two guys will be cancelled. And then here, nominator 1 plus g. Now we denominator here have another 1 plus g. So this one, nominator, denominator, will be cancelled out. So after we cancel out 1 plus r and then 1 plus g, we have only d0 left. Second term here, d0, 1 plus g power to 2, 1 plus r power to 2. Then if you multiply 1 plus r over 1 plus g, then this one power to 2 will be power to 1. And nominator 1 plus g power to 2. Denominator we have 1 plus g power to 1. Then it will be 1 plus g power to 1. So here, that's the one. Second term, we reduced 1, okay? Power to 2 becomes a power to 1. Power to 2 becomes a power to 1. The third one, d0, 1 plus g power to 3, 1 plus r power to 3. And if we multiply, then it reduces the 1, okay? Power to 2. And then the last guy, up to t. But we multiply the inverse 1, then this guy becomes t minus 1. If this is 10, then it will be 9. 10, it will be 9, okay? Something like that. So the last guy becomes d0, 1 plus g, power to t minus 1 over 1 plus r, power to t minus 1. So now we have two equations. This one, P0, equals this, up to t. And after multiply, we have another formula. And we're going to use these two, okay? Remember this. Let's make a little shorter here. then we can see both. So now we have 2, 1 and 2, okay? So first, subtract the first equation from the second one. This one, this equation, minus this. Then the left side, this second equation left side is 1 plus r over 1 plus g times P0. And first equation, P0, stock price today. So this one minus the other, 1 plus r over 1 plus g times P0 minus P0, that's left side. Then since both of one has P0, both of one have a P0, so pull out this P0. Then first term, we have 1 plus r over 1 plus g left. The second term, minus 1. See, this is same thing, right? If you distribute P0 times this is the first one here, this guy. And then P0 times minus 1, that's the second guy minus P0. So these two are equal 1. Simply, we pulled out P0, which both sides we have a P0, so pulled out, and then inside here. Then look at that, minus 1. Nominator here 1 plus r, denominator 1 plus g. Remember, 1 means if you do a over a. Let's type here. If you do a over a equals what? 1. Okay. Or a plus 1 over a plus 1. This is also, I have to make a bracket here, right? A plus 1 over a plus 1, that's also 1. A plus b over a plus b, also 1. So this 1, we have a minus 1 here, 1, we replace to 1 plus g over 1 plus g. It's the same as what? 1. Why? Because we have the same denominator here. If we do that, then we can simplify. So one denominator here, 1 plus g at the bottom, and then above here, 1 plus r minus 1 plus g. Here, 1 plus r minus 1 plus g goes to denominator, and then denominator we have 1 plus g. Okay, then eventually we'll have this, but 1 plus r minus 1 minus g will change to r minus g. We'll see this a little later. And then the right side, interesting will happen. All will be cancelled out except first one from equation 1. Nope, it should be equation 2. It's my mistake. Okay, equation 2. And then the last term, okay, from the last term from the first equation. Okay, so right side we have all will be cancelled out except we have 2, only this guy and the other guy survives. Why? Because look carefully, the whole here right side starts d0 and d0 1 plus g over 1 plus r power to 1, d0 power to 2, d0 on and on power to 2 on and on. And then this one, first one is d0 power to 1, d0 power to 2 on and on. So what we do here, the right side here, we use this one, this right side guy, okay, d0 2, t minus 1 here, this one minus this. What this means? d0 plus on and on, minus this, minus this, minus this, all those we subtract. Then look at here. The second equation, second guy here, plus d0 1 plus g over 1 plus r. If we subtract this one, this will be minus d0 1 plus g over 1 plus r. So plus this guy, everybody see that? Minus this one, exactly same one, that means what? Plus minus same guy will be disappeared, okay? Don't know whether they love each other or they hate each other, either hate or love. Anyway, they will be disappeared. And second equation, third term, d0 1 plus g power to 2. 1 plus r power to 2. This one, and then first equation, this one, second guy. Third one and second one, plus, minus. This will be gone. This will be gone, all the way, all up to t minus 1. I didn't write here, but just before this up to t, previous one will be this one. Plus this one, t minus 1, minus here, t minus 1. All will be gone. So second equation, d0 survives. And first equation, all minus plus cancelled out. And the last guy will be survived as minus d0, 1 plus g power to t over 1 plus r power to t. So the right side, okay, again, all right side, second equation, minus right side, first equation, all disappeared except one in here, the last one in here. So that's the one. Go down here, right side. We have d0 survives, and then d0 power to t survives from the first equation. Okay, so we have d0 right side minus this one. And since we have both of them d0 here, we pull out d0 out, and then 1, d0 times 1 is d0, like this. And minus, have to pull out d0, these guys inside. Okay, these guys the same as here. So if you write down, we have left side, remember here, we have here left side, okay? 1 plus r minus 1 plus g over 1 plus g times p0. That's left side. And then right side, we have this guy, and here, it's look better, right? Here, d0, 1 minus 1 plus g power to t over 1 plus r power to t. And then now we can simplify left side in the bracket. 1 plus r minus 1 plus g. That's 1 plus r minus 1 minus g. Let's make one space. That equals r minus g. Okay. Because plus 1 minus 1 here, plus 1 minus 1 will be gone. Then left over is r minus g. Okay, let's use this as minus g. So we have r minus g survives inside the bracket above, okay, nominator. So now we can rewrite, okay, rewrite this one. Left side, it's r minus g over 1 plus g times p0. That's the left side. And we want to know, not this guy, but we want to know p0. That means we have to take care of this. R minus g over 1 plus g. How we can take care of this? Just multiply inverse one. If we multiply 1 plus g over r minus g, then numerator, denominator, each other, they will cancel out. Okay? This is r minus g over 1 plus g. What we do? We multiply the inverse term, 1 plus g over r minus g, you multiply. So after we multiply this one, okay, to left side, then upper part 1 plus g and bottom 1 plus g will be cancelled up, and bottom r minus g and upper r minus g will be cancelled out. Then p0 remains. So left side, after we multiply this one, only p0 survives. And right side, we multiply 1 plus g over r minus g. That's here. To the d0, we multiply 1 plus g over r minus g. Okay? And then the second term here was before. So that's p0. And not done yet, because this is up to year t. So all we did up to here, that's what we handled. It goes forever, but we handled up to t years. Okay, 0 up to 1 to t years, here to here up to t years. This lengthy formula, after we did a little good manipulation. Okay, it's a good manipulation using math. And then the same p0, we are looking for p0. P0 becomes much concise equation here. But again, this p0 is not the final answer. This is up to year t. now we move this t, okay, the t forever. Okay, t goes forever, and we don't have a forever number. So instead of forever number t, we just use a proxy, okay? If we do try G is 5%, R is 10%. Typically, R is bigger than G because G is company's dividend payment. Dividend is growing G%, right? R is company's earning. So company earns 10%, company never pays 10 or more because they will left some money. Remember the previous chapters we talked about retained earnings. When company make money and they leave some. So R is bigger than G. If that's the case, we use 5 and 10, G and R. You can use any number, 6 and 9, 7 and 8. Doesn't matter if R is bigger. Then power to T, we can't use a forever number, even T is forever, but just 10,000. I know this is very small compared to forever. But if you use 10,000, then use 1 plus 0.5 over 1 plus 0.1. And then power to 10,000, your calculator will let you know the answer is 0. Another way, anytime t goes big number, then this term will be 0. So 1 minus 0, that means 1. And 1 multiply this one itself. Okay, so in this big bracket will be gone. The second term will be gone, and only 1 survives. So 1 times this one is this, okay? Anything times 1 itself. So after we make t forever or big number, then we have P0 equals D0 times 1 plus G over R minus G times 1. That's itself, okay, here. So now we have a formula P0 equals D0 times 1 plus G over R minus G. Or D0 and adding G%, that means D1. So D1 over R minus G. So simply, any stock formula using constant growth model. That's today's stock price is next year dividend. D1 is next dividend, right? Over R minus G. So look at here. Since this one, P0 is next dividend over R minus G. Today 0, price is D1, 0 and 1. That means P1 means D2, next one. P2 means D3, okay? PT means next one, T plus 1. So P1, that's D2 over R minus G. The only difference is D2, D3, and okay? Stock price year 2, that's in year 2, next dividend is year 3, D3 over R minus G. So based on today information, P0 equals D1 over R minus G, we can predict price year 1, price year 2, and on. That's the formula. And then different growth. I know this is a little challenging part. Constant growth versus this different growth. Okay, type here. So different growth, assuming initial some years up to T years, G1% growing. Say 3% or 5%, whatever you can put it. Let's make a big number. Up to year 0, and then up to year 1, 2, 3, and then up to year T, growing 10%, suppose, okay? That G1 is 10. After that, company's dividend growing 5%. That means G2 is 5. Just made up, okay? Key thing is we have 2 different growth rate. Up to T years, G1%. And then T plus 1 and then on forever, G2%. So how we can get P0, simplified one? That's 2 parts. Look at here. P0 year T. Okay, D1, D0, part 1, D0, part 2, and on up to DT. Or D0, 1 plus G, T. Okay, D0 to T, okay, actually this is D1, right? D1, D2, D3, and on up to T. Look at here, P0 up to T, what we have here? P0 up to T, okay, up to T years. P0 and on, two terms. This one, first one, and in the bracket, second one. We have this one if we focus on up to year T, okay? So we handled this up to year T. This is same one, remember that, okay? And T plus 1, this year T, and T plus 1, year T plus 1, that's T year dividends, and then we add G%. But this one is a new G, that's G2. Up to T years G1, beyond the T years, that means T plus 1 year, T plus 2 years, we apply another new G%. That we call the G2. So look at here. Interesting thing is, if you ignore 1 plus G, 1 power to T, 1 plus R power to T. Look at, ignore this. Okay, then left over is what? T0, 1 plus G, 1 plus R power to 2. The only difference is here, G2. Second one, ignore this T, then D0, 1 plus G power to 2, 1 plus R power to 2. So after you pull out 1 plus G, 1 plus R power to T, then in the bracket, everything is very similar, almost identical, except what? G2. So in the bracket, all those looks like this, okay? Looks like this guy. On, but it goes what? Forever. So look at here. If I write down, I write this again. Let's make some space here. Okay. T plus 1 year, we have D0. Give me a little time here. D0. And in the bracket, 1 plus G power to 1 and over, that's anything I can copy here, 1 plus RT, that's shorter, faster. This one, okay, that's the first one after T. This is T plus 1, okay? And then leftover multiply, we have 1 plus G2, okay, oh, it's power to T, sorry, power to T, and then I just copy this one, 1 plus G, let's make a bigger bracket here, and now we have G2, okay, G2 and R actually power to 1. So let's have this. Okay. This is the first term. Let's make another one here and here. This is the first guy, T plus 1 year. Up to T we have this one, right? And T plus 1 PV is this, present value. T plus 2 year, PV is this guy. So if I write down again, for second term in here, T plus 2 years. Let's make life a little easier. So here, Control C, Control V, D0, 1 plus G, 1 power to T, over 1 plus R power to T, right? 1 plus G, 1 power to T, 1 plus R power to T, and multiply 1 plus G2 power to 2. So this one should be power to 2, and 1 plus R power to 2, more 2. So it will go on and on continually. Then what we do here, excuse me, we pull out this guy, okay, this guy from each term. Control C, pull out. We have here 1 plus G, 1 plus R, power to T. We have here, and then we have another here, same one here. Okay, so we simply pull out. Every term will have this. Okay, pull out this guy, pull out this guy, and then see what's left over in the bracket. Okay, so, and then in the bracket, let's use bigger bracket here. Left over is D0. Look at here, Control C, and D0 times 1 plus G, 2 over 1 plus R power to 1. So let's make this one little simplify. Delete this guy, and here. Okay, this plus. Second guy, have to pull out this one, the same one outside. We have D0, and then 1 plus G, R power to 2. Actually, we don't need this. And if we continue, it's not there, but if we continue, then we will have similar one. So T0, 1 plus G over 1 plus R power to 1. T0, 1 plus G power to 2 over 1 plus R power to 2. If we extend one more, what will happen? T0, 1 plus G2 power to 3 over 1 plus R power to 3. So look at here, D0 here, power to 1, D0 here, power to 2. Equals forever in the bracket. Okay, focus on this in the bracket one. So if we focus on this in the bracket guy only, that's exactly same as here. Go back here. Look at this guy. Okay. T1 power to 1, T2 power to 2, and then we replaced T0 power to 1, 1 plus G power to 1, 1 plus R power to 1. That's first one. And look at here, the one we have, D0, 1 plus G, 2 power to 1, 1 plus R power to 1. Second one, D0 times power to 2, power to 2. So look at here, the second guy, okay, this guy is the same as this, D0, power to 2, power to 2. Third one, D0, power to 3, power to 3. So at the bottom, the only difference is here we use G, just one G, okay, G. But at the bottom, we use G2. So the format is exactly same as T0 power to 1. Of course, this is G2, okay? 2 on and on, and it goes forever. So if this goes forever, finally we ended up this formula, right? We ended up this formula. D1 over R minus G. What D0 times 1 plus G over R minus G. What this means? I have to pull out power to T guy. This guy pull out. In the bracket, exactly same as above P0, constant growth formula, this guy. That means after we include, okay, after we include this one, okay, everyone has this guy, right? Above here, and then all this in the bracket will be simplified like this. D0, 1 plus G, actually here 2, but before we do D0 times 1 plus G over R minus G. But now here the difference is the second one, G2, G2. So up to T years here. And T plus 1, T plus 2, and on, forever number, we simplify here. Adding the 2, that's the formula. I know this is very lengthy, okay, very lengthy. But you simply can put the numbers into, and then you can get the answer. It's much easier than you think, okay? So this one, application, adjusted corporation just paid the dividend. Just means what? D0, yes. Okay, now back to the formula, we have D0. And then $3.50 per share just paid means current. That's D0. D0 equals $3.50. And dividend is expected to grow 16 for 10 years. Oh, here is a T. T over 10 years, 1 growth 1, that's what? 16%. G1 equals 16. After that, beyond the 10 years, up to 10, up to T, up to 10, and T plus 1, or 11 year, 13 year, 12 year, on and on, 11, 12, 13, on and on. All those we have 6%, that's G2. Required return, 13%. Then put those numbers into the calculator or using the lengthy formula. Then you'll get 109 as answer. Let's try one more. Okay. APU top company pays current dividend $2. That's D0. And then expect to pay following dividends next 3 years. D0 2, D1 $3 here, D2 $4 here, D3 $5. After that, company will maintain 4% growth year by year. So, in fact, here, what we call constant growth happens after year 3 on and on. Okay, so we cannot apply the constant growth model directly. So let's do, okay, P0 is D1 over R minus G. Then if you sell your company stock or your stock you invested year 3, that means you want to know what the price will be, or P3. P3, that's P1 is P0 is D1, next one over R minus G. Then P3, next dividend will be D4. Year 3, next dividend is year 4. So D4 is above here over R minus G. That's P3 formula. Okay. Then using the number, either you use D0, 1 plus, oh, we can't do that because what? Here, irregular growth. So since we know D3 as 5, D4 means simply 4% more than D3. So to the $5, we add 4%. That means we will end up $5.20. So we have this one, the 1 plus G, or $5.20. That's D4. Over R given 12% minus G 4%. So now we have P3 as $65. What this means? Year 3, if you sell the stock, that means you will not get D4, D5, and on, but you will get year 3, $65. So in terms of value, it's equal. Okay? So we don't handle D4, D5, D6, and on forever. Instead, now we have a simplified timeline. 0, you purchase stock, and first income will be in a year, D1, dividend in a year, or D1, $3. Year 2, dividend $4. Year 3, $5. That's the company's promise. And we need to continue year 4, 5, and on. But to make it simple, we calculate the P3. Another way, if we sell the stock, we can get 65. In terms of concept, okay, those four numbers, $3, $4, and $5, and $65, in terms of value-wise, this is the same cash inflow as this is what the original question. So now we simplified. We have only 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cash inflows if you buy the stock. Only 4. Then final job is what? Calculating $3 value today, $4 value today, $5 value today, 65 value today, and simply add all of them. So those 4 cash inflows today value is $55.69. That's the stock price today. Either you can sell or you can buy, but the good number or theoretical price is $55.69. Okay, briefly mention about getting the growth G%. We use the dividends growth, okay, year by year, and average down possibly you can do, but Other ways, if a company does not pay dividends, then there's a way you can do. Okay, earning next year, that's earning this year, and then add retained earning based additional growth. Okay, that's the G%. So earnings next year over earnings this year equals earnings this year over earnings this year plus retained this year earning multiply retained earnings over earnings this year. So the growth one is from the current earnings, you should add additional growth by using internal money, and the formula will end up 1 plus G. Okay, next year means what? This year adding G% growth equals 1 plus retention ratio times retained earnings. Okay, retained earning, how much they kept, this one, multiply return on retained earnings. So this is one way you can get the G. Then 1 cancel out, and G is retention ratio times return on retained earning. Retained earning, that's the same as or similar to return on equity. So this is the one way you can calculate G. There's some other ways, but we don't touch in here. Finally, required return. Okay, required return. Okay, let's leave it. I don't know, the B is for what? And growth of G we talked about. And required return from the basic formula. Okay, basic formula. This one is the formula. Then we can make another formula. P0 equals D1 over R minus G. That's the formula. Okay, so here multiply R minus G both sides. Okay, you multiply R minus G both sides. Then what happens? Left one we have R minus G multiply P0. R minus G multiply P0 equals, since we multiplied R minus G, these two guys will be cancelled out, only D0 left. Oops. So R minus G times P0, and then here only left over is D1. Then open the bracket. Okay, open the bracket. That means distribute P0 times R. So R times P0. Oops, too small, right? R times P0, and open the bracket, minus G times P0. Somehow this guy became small. R times P0 minus G times P0. Just to distribute or open this bracket, okay? And it says equals D1. Then we want to know the required return R. So here, that becomes small, make it bigger. So we multiply, okay, divide. We divide P0 both sides, okay. P0 dividing P0. R P0 over P0 means P0 disappear, R survives. And minus G P0, okay, G survives, equals right side D1, since we divided P0, so we should have a P0 here, P0. And move G to the other side. Then we have R survives, right? From here, R survives, G goes to the other side. Then you change the sign. It shouldn't be minus, it should be plus, because we moved that G to the other side. Okay? Not to confuse, we put here bracket and bracket. So here, we have some theoretical concept here. Theoretical one too. Required return, we a little bit manipulated, okay? I would say it's a good manipulation. So after we have good manipulation, that's simply rearranging. Rearrange the formula to, in terms of R. R equals D1 over P0. That's what we call dividend yield or current yield. What this means, you pay the stock today, and in a year you'll get the income. But this income is what? From dividend. Okay? If you paid $100 per share and then received, and let's say $4 per, then your return from dividend, that's what? 4 over 100, 4%. So this one, D1 over P0, for our example, 4%. This one we call dividend yield or dividend return, current yield. Then the G, that's the same G in here, okay, G percent. That's how your income will grow in the future. That's what we have expected capital gains return or capital gains yield. I know this one a little bit lengthy, but if you don't get the lecture notes concept clearly, then repeat, listen, and go over these notes, then I hope that will clear you, okay?